The firefighters here are serious folks, a hand-picked team that includes former spies, Navy SEALs, and Army Special Forces. But that doesn't mean they don't know how to have fun, even as they head off to fight fires. You may think this would be somewhere in South Korea, but it's actually remote, rural Quebec.
We were driving for around 6 hours yesterday to get from Montreal to Val-d'Or. It's the crack of dawn, and we're driving around 2 more hours to get to Lebel-sur-Quévillon.
When we got there, firefighters were preparing for another grueling day out on the field, talking to loved ones back home and getting lunches together. It's not food they're accustomed to, but this veteran had a secret weapon in his pocket, canned kimchi.
So he's hiding it inside his pocket because it's a valuable item.
He took us to the team's stash.
가끔 먹고 싶을 때
Instant rice, ramen cup noodles, and sweet snacks sent up by the Korean community in Montreal. After they get all loaded up, the firefighters head to the morning briefing at a community center.
Some heat that we identified a few days ago
where Americans, Canadians, and South Koreans, old war allies on the other side of the Pacific, are once again drawing up battle plans.
You guys fly drones, the drones in the rain? If it's raining.
비 오는데 드론 날릴 수 있습니까?
It's a rainy day in Lebel-sur-Quévillon, but not too far from the town, which was evacuated twice already this summer. There are still hot spots that need to be extinguished. Today, they'll be digging up roots that are still smoldering underground.
It's had its challenges, but to be completely honest, the people have been great, and we've had a lot of interpreters.
It's an approach to firefighting the Koreans aren't used to, and it's taken them a while to understand.
교육을 받을 때 저희는 한 번에 갈 때 몇 킬로씩 이렇게 산불 끄면서 이렇게 가는데 하루에 600m만 갈 수 있다고 하는 거예요. 근데 저희 다 안 믿었는데 진짜 여기 와봐서 꺼보니까 진짜 그 뿌리 속으로 이게 타고 가니까 한국이랑은 전혀 다릅니다.
Kim Dae-hyun is getting married next month. He says his fiancée worries about him fighting fires so far away. But he also worries about his loved ones back home, as heavy torrential rains claim dozens of lives.
아시다시피 지금 되게 안 좋아서 그 점에서 저도 사실 가서 돕고 싶기도 한데 지금 여기 돕는 것도 되게 중요한 일이니까.
Kind of a global warming, it makes the global issues. So we have to take care of anywhere, any place. That's our mission.
This veteran firefighter says he would come back to Canada if the need should arise again.
In my mind, it's the same forest. We should keep the forest. That means it's promise for the future or promise for the globe.
It's likely we'll need their help again. These fires are only expected to get worse, according to scientists. Over 3,000 foreign firefighters from a dozen countries around the world have arrived in Canada to help this wildfire season. Even more will certainly come before the summer's finished, says the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre. Last year, there were none.
The right thing to do to be here as a friend. That's what friends are meant for.
It's the first time the South Koreans have sent a team, and the man leading it says it's about giving back to Canada.
We remember Canada sent 26,000 troops to Korea during the Korean War to defend the freedom and democracy of Korea. And you paid a heavy price. And we Koreans never forget your sacrifice.
The Canadian government says it's working to bolster domestic firefighting capacities. A spokesperson for the Minister for Emergency Preparedness said Canada is hiring over 300 Indigenous firefighters and buying more specialized firefighting equipment. But the government says it does recognize all the help it's getting from other countries. Locals in this small town are also feeling thankful, like a neighborhood kid who wrote this letter thanking firefighters.
Thank you for everything. You work very hard for us.
Some new friendships also are being forged, like with this Quebecois bus driver who's been taking the Koreans up to the fire every day in her yellow school bus. She's even learning a few Korean phrases here and there, or at least she's trying.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
It's all made her want to visit her new friends in Korea one day. Until then, she'll be sticking with them, driving them up to the fire line as long as they're fighting fires here.
So Jennifer, Canada's getting a lot of help this year, but this is a two-way street.
That's right. The idea is that when our allies need us, we help them out, and vice versa. And the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre, or CIFC, works out the logistics. Now, there's been some movement this summer to streamline that process of coordinating aid. In June, the U.S. and Canada signed an agreement to improve cross-border cooperation. CIFC also has arrangements with Australia, Mexico, New Zealand, and South Africa. All of those countries have sent teams our way this season. The framework does rely, however, on wildfires being staggered around the world. The Koreans, for example, told me that their wildfire season hits closer to the spring, and that's why they're able to come and help out here. They also told me that they're hoping Canadians will come to their aid too if the need arises.
Right. Thank you so much, Jennifer.